Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction and audio fiction. This is a lyrical one-shot voted by you guys for Fusion November. Will you love me tomorrow? So I hope you enjoy it. Smash that like button, comment down below and tell me what you think. And also a massive shout out and thank you to Eden Daphne for the use of her amazing artwork in the thumbnail. So all her links are down below, so make sure you go and give her lots of love. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Bye. Will you love me tomorrow? Cat's POV. Cat paused before taking the last leap onto the roof decorated with hundreds of fairy lights that seemed to sparkle in the frosty air. He had promised himself that last night was the last time he would visit his princess. He had promised himself that he would finally tell Marichat as Adrian his feelings for her. But when he bumped into her between classes, looking beautiful and cute in a hand-knitted cardigan and mini dress, fear had been too much. He didn't know what was happening between them during the twilight hours, but after the first kiss they had shared, he knew he wanted more to the point it was becoming an addiction. But maybe this feeling didn't extend to Adrian. What if this moment only belonged to Kat? Will she still love him tomorrow? It was by chance Kat had encountered Marichat when Adrian saw her almost every day. However, since the downfall of Hawkmoth, his father, Kat and Ladybug only needed to show themselves once a week on patrol. It seemed that was enough to help keep the criminal cases low and boost the morale of the people of Paris, knowing they still had these two looking after them. And yet, the night Kat had stumbled across Marichat in her new secret hideout on the roof of the university campus hadn't been part of his usual routine. This particular day, he had needed to run, to jump, to escape his thoughts, and found himself drawn to his princess amongst the stars. He had found he could talk to her behind the mask differently than he could to her as a friend, Adrian. All the little things he wanted to tell her came tumbling out. She had allowed him to talk as she listened, drawing out his secrets. On the second night, it was his turn to listen as she talked. On the third night, their secrets had developed into a conversation about everyday likes and hobbies and talking until the sun came up. By the fifth night, they had become so comfortable in each other's presence that they could simply be silent as they stared up at the stars as he wrapped his arms around her, yearning to kiss her. Night after night, he became excited at the thought of seeing his princess and getting to know this other side of his friend. Consuming his thoughts during the day, hoping as Adrian he would catch her walking down the corridor or sit next to her at lunch with Alia and Nino, and by chance his hand would brush against hers, to be able to touch her without the suit on. He had noticed a change in her too. She was happier, lighter as she made excuses not to attend the cinema or hang out with the rest of the group, blaming it on workload or some new project, all whilst Adrian did the same. He was falling in love with her. No, he was already head over heels in love with his Marichat, but this couldn't continue. He would need to tell her and hope that she would love the man behind the mask too. He took a deep breath, watching her wrap the blanket around her shoulders as she clung on to the steaming mug as she searched the stars for her kitty. He made the last leap, landing in front of her, and gazed at the smile forming across her face at seeing him again. "Good evening, kitty. I brought hot mulled cider tonight," she said, holding out the one in her hand for him to take before stepping back and taking the other mug. He followed her to the small seating area they had created over the past week. They would both bring extra items to make their special hideout that much more unique to them. Thank you, princess. I've seen you've added a blanket and cushions to the castle. Well, some of us don't have a supersuit to wear which blocks out the chill. No, that's true, but you do have me to keep you warm. You're such a charmer, Kitty. She shook her head as he wrapped his arms around her waist, pulling her in closer, and loved to watch the blush form in her cheeks. But oh, how much I've missed you today. I couldn't wait until the sun went down and the stars came out and find myself in your arms once again. Tonight, you're mine completely, and you give your love so sweetly. He felt her reach up on her tippy toes so that he would kiss her, wishing his gloved hands was bare as he stroked his fingers along her neck. He could feel himself melting into her as he pulled back a little. Tonight, the light of love is in your eyes, he breathed before kissing her again. It's true. I do. I love you, Kitty. She gazed up at him and he couldn't help but feel a torn sensation inside of him. The first time she had spoken words of love to him, and how much he wished she had used his actual name. You speak of love now, but will you love me tomorrow if I told you my name? Marinette, you know how much I have grown to love you these past nights, but is this a lasting treasure or just a moment of pleasure? I mean, what I suppose I'm asking is, can I believe the magic in your sighs? Will you still love me tomorrow? Kitty, why are you asking me this? Tonight, with words unspoken, you said that I'm the only one, as Kitty, or if I should tell you who I am, will my heart be broken? You want to reveal to me who you are? Are you sure? What about the risk? Truth being told, you actually know me well behind the mask, and I trust you. If that is the case, why haven't you told me before? Fear? We have these magical hours under the stars where we fall in love and I hold you in my arms. But when the night meets the morning sun, I become my regular self and wonder if that is enough for you. Of course, you are still you, with or without the mask. You will still be sweet, loving, caring. Remember these moments we shared together when I discovered the true Cat Noir. We have told our secrets, our fears. I have told you things I've never told another soul. I like to know that your love is love I can be sure of. He took a deep breath. Now was the time. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow if I reveal who I am? For I want to be with you. I love you, Marinette, and I will risk it all if you want me to. Will you still love me tomorrow? Her body tightened underneath his grip as she raised her finger up and ran it along the outside line of his mask, staring into his eyes in a way that could steal the breath out of his lungs. Her fingers continued into his sunshine hair and around his cat ears before bringing them back down and tracing them along his jaw and caused his body to shiver. I want to know my kitty. Since we have been meeting under the stars, I have my suspicions of who you could be, but saying that, I love you. You, not the mask. I will love you tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, and forever and a day I will love you. His lips brushed against hers and then muttered, claws in. He heard her take a sharp inhale of breath as a flash of green light filled her secret hideout, and yet her eyes never left his. Adrian? I so wanted it to be you. I hoped it was you, and yes, I will still love you tomorrow. Her words struggled to comprehend in his mind. She had wanted him, loved him. In fact, I have loved you, Adrian, much longer than these past couple of weeks. Really? I have loved you for a while, but it took my inner cat to discover my princess in her new castle, reveal to myself and to you how much you mean to me, Marichat. He leaned his forehead against hers, delicately placing his hand around her neck and jaw, knowing he had finally found his love. Thank you for listening to the Lyrical Oneshot. I hope you smash that like button, comment down below what you think of it. It's just a little sweet fast one really, and yeah, and subscribe if you haven't already, because there's just so much more coming, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.